Welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of a movie night PC build. To start this build off, I am using a AMD Ryzen 5 9600X. It is a 6-core processor running at 3.9 GHz, hyper-threaded to 12. It also takes 65 watts of power. I am pairing it with the ASRock B850M Pro A Wi-Fi. This motherboard supports the AMD Ryzen 9000, 8000, 7000 series processors. It uses an 8 plus 2 plus 1 phase power distribution. It has 4 DDR5 DIMM slots. Also supports one PCIe 5.0 and one PCIe 4.0. Graphics output is HDMI and one DisplayPort. It uses the Realtek audio. It has space for one M2 Gen 5 and two M2 Gen 4. It has a good amount of input-output. It also uses the 2.5 gig LAN, and it has Wi-Fi 6E plus Bluetooth, and supports BIOS flashback as well. I'm installing 32 gigabytes of Patriot Viper Venom RGB DDR5 5600 desktop memory. I'm installing a 2 terabyte Samsung 990 EVO Plus SSD. One Fantronics M25 140 DRGB fan high airflow, Razer Hanbro Coma RGB AIO 240mm, and a Thermaltake 700 watt smart power supply. Last but not least is the Gungnir Intel Arc B850 Index 12 gigabyte edition. First step is to unbox the power supply. We're going to use that for the ground so that way we can destatic ourselves. Power cable. This is the non-modular power supply. For an extra few bucks, you can pay for the modular. Modular means that if the cables are separate. Next is to unpack the motherboard. Use the box as a base. It is static free. Always handle the motherboard on the edges and try to avoid touching any of the metal object. The mechanism is spring loaded. Use it to unlock the CPU cover. Do not remove the plastic and leave it closed for now until you're ready to put the CPU in. Insert the chip matching the triangle corners. It is also keyed. Just make sure that you put it in nice and easy and do not drop it. Make sure there is no burrs or debris inside the CPU socket as well. Once it is closed, remove the plastic. Next will be the memory module. For the 2-channel, use A2 and B2 slots. You want to hear that nice click. Next is the SSD. I chose a 2 terabyte due to the fact that games are so large. Remove the plastic film on the heatsink and ensure that it is seated properly. Next step is to move this out of the way. Set it off the side temporarily. Next step is to install the power supply. The position of your power supply depends on your case. And put 4 screws that hold the adapter on. Install the bracket onto the power supply and then install it into the computer. Check and make sure that your standoffs on your motherboard match the holes. If not, then move them. Prevents damage to the board. Now we got to do is install the bracket for the cooler. Make sure you use the right hardware and clearly marked. Time to install the motherboard. Make sure you use the right size screws. There are two different ones. And make sure you keep your hardware. Alright, so now that the motherboard's in, we're going to do a little bit of cable management. Snap some of these cables in that need to be put in before we get any further. Make sure that your connections are fully seated and snapped in on every connector on the motherboard that you use. Installing the Razer AI. Install the fan. More cable management. The final touch, installing the GPU. Success it posts. Roll that beautiful beam footage.